Welcome to the Joseph Curry Show. Today is Monday, June the 14th, 2021. And yes, it is today. Boy, do you know about Friday, okay? So Friday was my day. I didn't have to work Friday because I was off, so I got to get a second shot for the vaccine. And then when I got a second shot, I got fully vaccinated. And everything went well. And I was so glad that I don't get sick. But 10 hours later, when I was in at home, and I feel kind of what the hell. I mean, I was so cold, and the vaccines are kicking my ass. I mean, I'm like, oh man, what is happening to me? What's happening to me? My legs are cold a little bit. My hands are cold a little bit. So, what did I do? I mean, I finished playing my game. And what did I do? I started to get shaking. I started to get shaking like what the heck? I mean, I was cold as hell. That I didn't know what to do. So I asked my mom, and I told her, "Man, I cold. I was cold." And just before then, it started to get almost got. It started to get real. The vaccines always started to get well. And I really never felt like this before. My reaction is, I got chills. For the first time, I got chills. And then I started to get cold, and I'm like, oh my, I think I need to go to lay down for right now. So at 9:15 p.m. on Friday night, I started getting on the bed. I was about to get on the bed, and I put some cover over it. I put some heavy cover on it, and my mom told me to lay down because I felt so kind of cold. So what did I do? I lay down. I laid down on the bed. I felt so cold, and I started to live like this. And my body started shaking, my hands started shaking, and I'm started shaking. And I was like, I feel like I'm about to throw it up. And I didn't throw it up, but it felt cold to me, and I started to catch chills after I took my second vaccination, and it just went wild to me. It was wild after I took my second shot, and my brother just came in. My brother Chris just came in, and he was kind of upset that I didn't know that I did, and I never ever know it. But I gotta tell you what, I was so scared. I was so scared that I might like I might freeze, but I didn't. I was so cold that I got chills for real. I got chills for real. I started to breathe heavily. I started to do what I gotta do, and I'm like, oh my, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? No, my sister, she took a vaccine. She is 50 years old now. In the age of 50, she took a vaccine, her second vaccine, and she felt the same way. Before I felt the same, and she felt it. She can feel it. She got chills, and she started shaking before she go to bed and covered it up. And she felt so cold, the same way I did. Okay, those reactions are the vaccines that I did take the Moderna. Didn't know what. I didn't take the Pfizer. I didn't take Johnson and Johnson. My cousin Angie told me to take Pfizer. But when I went to Walgreens, that was on Friday. Friday was on Walgreens. On May the 13th, I went to Walgreens. I got my first dose. June the 11th, I went there, took my second shot, and I got fully vaccinated. But I'm like, what the hell? What is happening to me? I mean, I got a little bit of headache. Although I do got some chills, everything, and all over it. I'm like, this is the craziest thing that ever happened to me. Let me tell you, it felt kind of swat, but the vaccines did work. They did work for real. But it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke for real. After I took the vaccine, I was so shaking and shaking. I went to bed for like 12 hours, 12 freaking hours, and I felt kind of sweat all over my head. I felt kind of sweat all over the pillows and everywhere under my bed. I'm like, oh man, never felt like this. But I got up early this morning while I look while I look at the mirror. I was kind of sweating, and after that, I did take Advil, and I feel kind of a little bit better. On Saturday, it started to get cold, and I started cold. I did put some cover on. I got five. I got like one, two, three, four cover on my bed, and I started to get cover over full covers over my bed. So on Sunday morning, I felt kind of a little bit better, and I'm like, "Well, how did it happen? How did I do it?" I felt I had a body ache. It started to get it didn't start to get worse. But anyway, it did help because all the vaccines that I did get, what I did is what I get. But I feel kind of alive now. I just feel better. I feel better less a day, and I feel better today. And thank God the vaccines are very work for me, and I never ever take that shot again. But as always know that I went to Walgreens. I asked them to take Pfizer. My arm is sore. My right arm is sore. And yes, it is. It felt kind of hot to me. It felt kind of hot. It was hot. And now my arm is not hot. My arm is not sore today. Today my arm is not sore. It's gone. It's never gonna go back as it used to be. So what the hell happened to me on Friday night? I mean, I was started shaking. I was like, man. And my mother told me to go to bed, lay down, and go to sleep. Hope they feel better. But now yesterday and then today, I feel kind of better for real. And that's where we got vaccinated. My mom was started to get fully vaccinated. My sister Shauna got fully vaccinated. My brother Brian got fully vaccinated. I got fully vaccinated. My grandmother got fully vaccinated. All my cousins got fully vaccinated. And I feel like there people there. But people don't, people thought they didn't want to take a vaccine at all. They thought they didn't want to take a vaccine because that's what happened to me. That is happening. It can happen to me, and it can happen to you. It can happen to everyone. If they take that last second shot of the vaccine, they get fully vaccinated, and after that, be long gone. And if you're not fully vaccinated, then do it. Get fully vaccinated. You'll be fine. We're fine. We're all fine. But if you aren't vaccinated, you need to be vaccinated right now. Because Joe Biden has a lots of five, lots of 300, and like three, 300 and 400 and 500 million vaccines available here across the United States. And that's what he says, and that's what's happening here. I mean, if you're not vaccinated, then you need to vaccinate now. That's what can happen, and that's what they said. And you know how it goes, and That's what you have to listen, and that's what you have to do, what you have to do, and that's what is happening here, folks. This is the America. Please get vaccinated right now. You don't have to wait. You have to do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes if we have to do it, and just have to do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. You just have to be very, very concerned. So now you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right because it was absolutely unbelievable, and that is what it's all about. And that's just who it is now. And it says the COVID-19 vaccine is free, but lack of access to child care can be a bother. That's why four of our nation's largest child care providers are offering free care for parents and coverage is getting vaccinated from now until July 4th. So how did it happen? So everybody who knows it, and everybody knows it, how everything knows, and just concerned like this and this and that and this and that, and that's what people get fully vaccinated, and that's what's going to happen, and this is how it is. So now we're taking a look at this deal now. Does given 309 million 144 million have been fully vaccinated, and 43.8% are popular fully vaccinated. In North Carolina, this is what it is. It is what it is. So look at this: 43.8% of population are fully vaccinated. So that's not bad at all. Now we got those are given 8.4 million and fully vaccinated and 3.97 million have been fully vaccinated. And a population fully vaccinated with 33.37.8%. And California with 40 they have 43.6% of fully vaccination, and then Texas 38.1 have been fully vaccinated. New York 50.3% have been fully vaccinated with a fully vaccinated, a popular fully vaccinated, and now 42.4%. Oh my goodness. Never seems to work that way. It never seemed to be that way, but it is now. So time to time to fight back. Time to fight back to beat this COVID. And yes, it is. But now I believe I can know. I always know about this force, but now you don't believe ever believe that's what's happening here for us, and here my show so far. This is amazing. Now this is all the concern about the stores that the stuff that you're doing. This is something else that work on the watch it and keep it close for you for a while by now. But but hey, it's all about life. It's all about life. You don't want to get sick. You don't want to get sick. In the next 2 weeks, you go in the store without mask on. You fine. You doing okay. But as a leadership returns, please wear the mask as always. That's what they do. That's what we do this for the living. As always knows all than anything about. So I'm talking about. I tell you right now, all you have to do is get vaccinated. Have fun. Do something to go to. Do what you're gonna do in your life. Because I've been feeling vaccinated. Always knows about what's all about. The people who knows how doing things and doing things only. And this is what it's all to be. This is all about our goal. is to get vaccinated. I've been fully vaccinated on Friday, and that's why I know everything was doing fine, doing well, and I was feeling better yesterday, and my prayers are the prayers are healing me, and they held my prayer, and thank you for those prayers. Pray for me, for everybody. But anyway, I'm doing pretty much better as always. So now, you know, but same thing. I mean, it will change this fall. For people, this fall, when anything goes out, it will change a little bit because I never know. But we're getting there. We'll get there. Today, I'm Joseph Crudup. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, as always. Take care, everybody. Love you. Peace.